Canadian politicians are pushing back on the idea of clearing out Palestinians from the Gaza Strip, as an Israeli minister suggests some of them could be sent to Canada. U.S. President Donald Trump stunned leaders across the Middle East and beyond this week when he suggested that the territory be cleared out and made into a U.S.-owned resort destination. Israel says it has begun preparations for the departure of large numbers of Palestinians from the Gaza Strip, in line with President Donald Trump's plan to empty the territory of its population. In a post on X this morning, Israel's defense minister wrote that he instructed the IDF to prepare a plan that will allow any resident of Gaza who wishes to leave to do so to any country willing to receive them. Going on to say countries such as Spain, Ireland, Norway, and others, which have falsely accused Israel over its actions in Gaza, are legally obligated to allow Gazans to enter their territory. And saying countries like Canada, which has a structured immigration program, have previously expressed willingness to take in residents from Gaza. Meanwhile, the country's foreign minister today said they don't have details yet on Trump's plan.
We don't have details yet, but we can talk about principles. The principles must be everyone that is ready to immigrate, wants to immigrate from his free will. It is moral to give him that option.
And officials said Egypt has launched a diplomatic blitz behind the scenes to try and head off the plan. The Palestinians and much of the international community have rejected Trump's proposal, fearing Israel will never allow the refugees to return and that it would destabilize the region. Egypt warned that efforts to move Palestinians out of Gaza could undermine its historic peace treaty with Israel, while waging a behind-the-scenes campaign against the proposal.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip.
Barely 2 weeks in the job, Trump shattered decades of U.S. policy with a vaguely worded announcement saying he envisioned building a resort where international communities could live in harmony after nearly 16 months of Israeli bombardment devastated the coastal enclave and killed more than 47,000 people, according to Palestinian tallies. Some Middle East experts say Trump's plan is a non-starter.
There's no way in hell that this thing is going to work. It involves too many moving parts. It involves ethnic cleansing of Palestine, of Gaza. It involves the American commitment of troops. It involves violations of international law. It involves the Palestinians renouncing their entitlement to the land on which they are. So it's just not going to work.
The destruction of homes, the destruction of educational institutions, the displacement of Palestinians, their starvation, the denial of safe quarter to make Gaza uninhabitable. Trump is finishing the job, so to speak, by now proposing to move in and remove Palestinians altogether. It is not legal. Genocide is not legal. Ethnic cleansing is not legal. The acquisition of territory by force is not legal. This violates humanitarian, human rights, and other principles of international law.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu visited lawmakers at Capitol Hill today and said no when asked if U.S. troops were needed in Gaza to make President Trump's plans feasible.
Mr. Netanyahu, do you think U.S. troops are needed in Gaza?
Are we in?
To make President Trump's plan feasible?
No.
This morning, Trump posted on social media saying no soldiers by the U.S. would be needed. The post starting with him saying the Gaza Strip would be turned over to the United States by Israel at the conclusion of fighting. Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly and dozens of Canadian MPs are rejecting the idea of the Gaza Strip being cleared out. Joly writing in a post that Canada supports self-determination for Palestinians, which includes not being forcibly displaced from Gaza. Today, a Foreign Office minister said Britain will oppose any efforts to move Palestinians from the Gaza Strip.
There must be no forced displacement of Palestinians nor any reduction in the territory of the Gaza Strip. Palestinian civilians should be able to return to and rebuild their homes and their lives. That is a right guaranteed under international law.
Meanwhile, displaced Palestinians vowing that this is their country and their land, and they will hang on to it till the last moment.